I was born to be a champion. Raised in the jungle. All my life, yeah, I had to fight. FNG, let's go live tonight. I was born to be a champion. Raised in the jungle. All my life, yeah, I had to fight. FNG, let's go live tonight. You can move on your own. Weed your moves, dancing in the end zone. Crush groove. All we do is get dubs. Hate to lose. We can do this all day. No snooze. Don't get it poppin' if you saying that you poppin', dog. Never will I lose to a dude. Just won't happen, y'all. Call a deep pass. Watch flash. What you crying for? Gonna pass a chest. Better yet, put on up quick. Hear 'em hating from the side. Twitch watch. I guess you say it's about time. TikTok. FNG, where we at? On top. Other leagues can't win. Flip flop. I wanna be a champion. Raised in the jungle. All my life, yeah, I had to fight. FNG, let's go live tonight.
What's going on, FNG? It's your boy, Big Boy Deal, the Browns owner. We have another great episode. I think this is episode 53 for us. If I kept the numbers tallied up on YouTube, we would have had a special 50th episode, but I forgot. That's my fault. So, oh, y'all one. But today we have a full house. We have a lot of champions here. We have a lot of people. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people. We have a person in here that's 5-0 for the first time that I seen. Yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, a lot of upsets the last couple of weeks. So we're gonna talk about it. First, I'd like to bring on the triple OG/triple OG, Mr. Tony Tranks, Philly Jedi, the 49ers owner.
Greetings, everyone. Good to be here.
Yes, sir. All right, bring on the Bengals owner / the Browns still own you. I'm sorry. Stephen Billups, the Bengals owner. If he could hear me.
Unmute and video.
There
we go.
All right. What is that, man? Can't hear you.
Muted.
You're on mute. There you go.
Still muted.
Down.
He's back.
Looking at.
Yes, sir.
Who they?
Who they?
I see you representing, my
Yes,
team
sir.
in the background, man.
Yeah, whatever.
You lucked up against me, but you still cheering for me, man. Go ahead, man.
You're gonna do that. All right, we got the Steelers owner in the house, Mike Wright.
Up there, FNG family.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
All right, we got the other commissioner, Jose Yan Fight, the Raiders owner. All right, and then there he is.
What's up, everybody? What y'all doing?
Everybody got
Hey, now.
I need to get some Browns stuff. I need to get rid of that. Get the Browns up there.
Send
All right.
it my way, deal. Send it my way.
You're right. I got you. hey, I got that at Traders World too.
It's all good, man.
All right, we got the Chargers owner, Harris, aka Debo, aka wet behind the ears. All right, there you go.
All right. Greetings, everyone.
And last but not least, we have somebody that's 5-0. That's actually gonna bring. He's not in the top 10 of picks, the draft picks. He's gonna be in the top 5 owners. That's a heavy hitter in this league in the season 2 Madden.
Greetings, everybody.
We got
do the head bobble.
Right. Yeah. Greetings. Yeah, cockeye too.
What's up?
Can I finish my introduction? We got Tiger. He's great right now.
That hurt.
Giants
didn't
owner.
it? It's like vinegar, isn't it? It's like vinegar to say that. It was like vinegar. A little bit like vinegar. It was like vinegar. You see it. You kind of like gave it that look.
That apple cider vinegar or whatever.
How's
Welcome,
everyone doing?
gentlemen. Thank you everybody for joining. I'm gonna share this link. While I'm doing that, Mr. Tranks, can you go down division leaders?
My pleasure, sir. Well, as I always start off, at the AFC North. We have the Ravens at 5-0.
You want me to show it up on the screen?
Oh, give me 1 second. Wait a minute, Tranks. Where you at, Hosian? I'll make you host.
Can I say one thing though? Big deal.
Actually, yeah, go ahead, because I'll give Hosian some time to do what he got to do.
So every episode we hear our wonderful intro. And for those who don't know, and for those who do know, our intro was brought to us by one of our former brothers, not even former brothers, former members, Dan Hall. And this episode is a 1 year anniversary, really, since his passing. So big ups to the Hall family. I think about you, dude, like all the time, man, all the time. So
Yes, sir.
something about when I hear that intro, being able to hear his voice, that's something that he really, really enjoyed. Was not only just music, but also putting a smile on people's face. So I'm smiling right now thinking about you, big homie. So I just wanted to share that tidbit with everybody, man. But Dan Hall, what's up, bro?
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Definitely appreciate that.
Lots of love for your family, though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was tough. Yeah, today marks today was his funeral, and then of course, like everybody know, my mom passed the same day. But man, everybody doing good though, man. It's I got a whole bunch of text messages, calls, whatever. But yeah, you want to say it gets easier, but it don't. You just take it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I appreciate that, Billups. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man, for sure.
You've caught up, Hosian?
See the screen?
Yeah.
See the screen.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you doing that, Hosian. And the show is posted on group page.
Awesome.
Division.
All right. Well, we're starting
AFC
off at the AFC North. And like I was saying, we have the Ravens at 5-0, followed by the Bengals at 4-2. We have the Browns at 3-3, and the Steelers rounding out at 1-5. Going down to the AFC South, we have the Jaguars leading the division 4-1. We have the Colts at 3-3. We have the Texans following up with 2-3, and the Titans round out the division at 1-4. Going over to the AFC East, we have the Bills at 4-1. We have the Patriots at 2-3. We have the Dolphins at 1-4, and we have the Jets at 0-5. I don't know why I thought the Jets had a win. No, I was dreaming. Heading over to the AFC West. What's that?
I'm surprised they didn't lose to the bye.
Yeah, he is on a bye.
Wow.
We have the Broncos leading the division, AFC West, at 3-1. We have the Chargers at 2-2. We have the Chiefs at 2-3, tied with the Raiders, rounding out that division. Heading over to the NFC, we go to the NFC North first. We have the Packers at 6-0 with some really good wins on that 6-game win streak. We have the Vikings at 4-2. We have the Bears at 1-3, and we have the Lions at 0-6. Heading down to the NFC South, Dirty South, we have the Falcons 6-0. Fresh off the Super Bowl, they're undefeated, which is real impressive. We have the Bucks at 3. I'm sorry, with the Panthers at 3-2. They haven't played their game yet. The Buccaneers are behind the Panthers in third at 3-3, and the Saints at 1-4. So Panthers 3-2, Bucks 3-3, and Saints at 1-4. Heading over to the NFC East. Clear my vision here. Yeah, we do have the Giants 5-0, strong lead in that division. Wow, Cowboys at 3-3. The Giants at 5-0.
You sure that's not a typo?
Nope,
sure?
It is definitely the Giants.
He put your glasses on, man.
Yeah, I know.
Won't he do it?
Contacts or something.
Right. Cowboys at 3-3. We have the Eagles at 1-3. And we have the Washington football team at 0-5. And wrapping up the NFC, we have a two-way tie in the NFC West, 3-2, Seahawks and the 49ers. And then we have the Rams and the Cardinals both round out the division at 3-3 apiece. And Dill, that is the FNG, the FNG statistics standings.
Thank you, sir. And going right into that, let's go right to Billups. If you can knock out the top 10.
For sure. So FNG top 10, kind of have to do some deep diving in here. Obviously, it's early in the season, fellas. So some of the things are going to stand out pretty easily based on records. Some of the cats at the bottom of the top 10, you try to look at quality wins, but again, it's really, really early in the season. Some teams got a couple wins over some teams they, may not qualify as quality. Some of the owners got some wins over, and just not proven owners or newer owners overall. So I couldn't give them that much credit, right away. But starting off, we start at the bottom and work our way up.
Thank you.
Number 10, we have the Chargers. Currently at 2-2. Nice quality win with the Chargers. Nice quality win over the Browns.
That just sounds funny, right?
Damn. I don't even think I made it. I'm in double digits.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
Hey, y'all stop laughing. That shit ain't funny.
Ain't that funny? I'm sorry. My bad.
I almost came out of practice mode just now.
Oh, man.
He a vet now. He ain't a new booty anymore. It's a 3-time champ. Get this guy his respect. He had a nice win to start off FNG over the Browns. So congratulations there.
Last second field goal jerk.
Couple tough losses for some of the cream of the crop, as you guys will see, but still an owner. Everybody got to definitely respect. He got a big game this week versus the Chiefs, who knocked him out of the playoffs last season. So
you had to say that.
Just rub salt in that wound.
Right, man. We already laughing at you.
You want a little bit of lemon juice to wash that salt out?
Hey, man.
Number 9.
We didn't forget the number 9 yet. Damn.
We got the Cincinnati Bengals at number 9. Of course, my favorite team, but the 4-2 Bengals had some tough losses against the Ravens and also the Browns this season, but putting up some good numbers, thus far.
Who's your daddy?
You've been split with me at best, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, every other weekend.
Right. So, hey, if that toots your horn, buddy, good job, man.
Yeah, it do. I need that win. So whatever.
At number 8, another one of the first of many surprising teams, but I'll go with the Minnesota Vikings, who are currently at 4-2 right now. Great start. GC out there. I know you had another big victory over Dillard as well. I feel like everybody gets the brand like me.
Why you say my whole name like that, Dillard?
Stop being so sensitive and let the ball finish.
But yeah, Minnesota Vikings had a great start to the season through the first 6 games, going 4-2. Big wins over the Browns. They had a big win over the 49ers as well early in the season. So kudos to them. At number 7, we went with the Buffalo Bills. So again, another owner who's not traditionally in the top 10. So T-Square Tillman, welcome back to the top 10. Great early start at a 4-2 record. Moving on, we go at number 6. We go with the Jags. Also, I believe is at 4-2. Right now, got to the early start. They've pretty much been dominating over the AFC South. So congratulations to the Jags once again. And then at the 5th spot, we have your FNG reigning champs, the Broncos. Currently, with just 1 loss. Broncos is by far probably the best 1-loss team we have in our division before we get to these great teams over in the undefeated sector.
Who did you lose to? I forgot.
Broncos lost to the Ravens.
Okay, that's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. So with the 4 undefeated teams currently we have in FNG, the 4th spot goes to your New York Giants.
What?
New York Giants are at number 4. Right now, they are probably one of the hottest teams in FNG.
Are they?
I think he had an FNG / Madden whisper in his ear, but he's been doing some great stuff.
Or I've been hearing
maybe
he
his
hired
wife-
somebody.
I
Or
know.
maybe his wife is undefeated. So he
Bring
might be
her in.
over his wife is undefeated
Y'all-
right now.
y'all- No, see,
No one
this is
knows,
it.
but great
This is
start.
breaking news.
Great start by Mr. Roosevelt himself. Tiger Roar.
Here's the breaking news.
Yeah.
It's real.
Wait
It's
a
real simple.
minute. Go ahead.
It is the breaking news. This was the secret. See, the new stuff wasn't working, so I went back to old school. Right? I went back to old school. I want to be like Carson Palmer.
Is that
Oh
the year
my
that
God, dude! I used to buy those.
Yo, I went back to old school, and I was just like, look, maybe some of that old stuff still works.
The strategy guide.
Hey, was that the year that Tranks won? What was that?
Hey, Hossein, give me the host back.
09. I don't know. That's 09. So I went back to old school. So y'all want to know what the secret is. This is the secret. You go back to old school.
Mm-hmm.
Take notes.
Yep. Congratulations, man. That passing window works, bro.
That's what's up. Congratulations, Tiger.
Hey, great, real talk, great start to the season, man. I think you already
Thank
swept your division already. So
far, yeah. But
right now you got
one game at a time.
record. I think you got at least a 4-game lead in your division, I think. So, like, great job. I'll go on record and say I don't think nobody's gonna beat Tiger this year.
I don't want nobody taking over.
Are you trying to curse him? Like he cursed.
Yeah, he's jinxing
I'm
him
gonna
now.
say 5 and
He's trying to
11.
jinx him.
He's jinxing
Like he
him
jinxed
now.
McKinley.
He ain't never gonna win
That's
again.
messed up.
I don't think
That's
none of you
That was crocodile, right?
close.
All right.
5 and 11.
Double-digit wins this year, Tiger. Double-digit wins. At
Thank you,
number
guys.
3, Green Bay Packers, also undefeated. Green Bay Packers started off hot last year. They lost a couple games at the end of the season. Then they lost in the first round of playoffs, but he's on his revenge tour right now. So great start. I think they also had a win over the Browns as well, like everybody else. So, they've beaten the Bears, the Browns, and also the 49ers. So great job by the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 spot, ATL. Still on fire coming out of last year's Super Bowl run. Great job to D Loyal. Beat the teams they're supposed to beat thus far this season. Dominant win over the Bears thus far. But
domination. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, really, really good start. Hands down, the best team, the hottest team right now, the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens. They've already beat a lot of good quality teams. I mean, just off of our top 10 ranking, they beat the Bengals already. They beat the Broncos already. They beat the Chargers, and they beat the Vikings. So,
Wow.
By far, all quality wins and the undefeated season thus far. So, congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens.
They still got to see them Browns.
And that is your FNG top 10. So, again, going from the top to the bottom now, Ravens at number 1, Falcons at number 2, Packers at 3, Giants at 4, Broncos at 5, Jags, Bills 6 and 7 respectively. Then we have the Vikings, the Bengals, and the Chargers rounding out the top 10. Great job.
Good list.
Nice.
Very good list.
That was a good list. Real good list.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks, man. And Mike.
Wait, who was 10
Hey,
again?
big deal.
Who was 10 again in that list? I can't remember.
That would be the formerly Superchargers, but the Little Chargers now.
If you want me to do the stats, you got to give me the host again, man.
Yes, sir. I was changing that to so there. Well, you can see everybody's face, but yeah, we're done. Just make host. There you go.
There's that winning hand.
Yeah, out your nose.
There's that winning hand.
Oh man, good top 10, man. Great top 10. Yep. Yeah, man. We gotta get what's his name on the show.
What's his name?
Laura King. Laura King. We gotta get him on the show.
Good luck.
All right, so we go into the stats. So these are going to look a little bit different because we've had some games played in week 6. These are as of the end of week 5. Jared Goff of the Rams is leading the passing yards with 1872. Looks like he put up another 300 yards in his last game, followed by Pat Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. Jared Goff has thrown 20 touchdowns, added 2 more, followed by Pat Mahomes and Drew Lock. And for quarterback rating, Danny Dimes with 151.1 is leading.
And
We're not counting Tyree Jackson because he's only thrown 2 balls. Followed by Aaron Rodgers and Drew Lock.
My wife is dotting it up, boy. Woo!
All right, for running backs, Bucks are tearing it up with Ronald Jones, 1055, and then in his last game put up another 208 yards, followed by Saquon Barkley and Melvin Gordon. Touchdowns, Saquon Barkley, 13, leading the pack, with Ronald Jones and Dalvin Cook and Nick Chubb following right behind with 12. And for carries, the Bills and those 4 wins have been leaning heavy on Melvin Gordon. Had 104 carries through week 5, followed by Dalvin Cook and Naeem Hines.
Okay.
So, yeah, the Bills haven't played their game yet, so I figure he's getting more than 20 carries. Wide receivers. OBJ is leading the pack with 834 receiving yards, followed by Cooper Kupp and Jeff Thomas of the Lions. Touchdowns, Devin Miller of the Rams with 10, followed by OBJ and Hollywood Marquise Brown. And receptions, OBJ is leading the pack with 42, followed by Devin Miller and Jeff Thomas.
Okay.
Now we go into the defense. Interceptions. The Falcons are leading Deion Jones with 7 interceptions.
Wow.
Do you have any?
He had 2 after
He
that.
had 2 in his last game. Followed by Steven Denmark, Justin Simmons, and A.J. Terrell Jr.
Wow.
Forced fumbles, Chandler Jones of the Cardinals has 3, and there are 14 other players with 2. And it looks like week 6 games, a couple other people have got some forced fumbles too to tie that up. Sacks through week 5, Chandler Jones of the Cards has 9.5.
Didn't he get that all in his first week? His computer?
I think he had 6 in the first week and then 3 more in his second week, both against the computer. Followed by DeForest Buckner with 8, and the guy with the most unimaginative parents ever, Mike Michaels.
Mike Michaels. On the
God, I
Bills.
feel sorry for him. Tackles for loss. Figure that's actually a stat that means something rather than just the tackles.
Oh my goodness.
So we moved to that. DeForest Buckner had 15 through week 5, got 1 more last week, followed by Dorian O'Daniel and Josh Jones. And week 6 had Isaiah Simmons pulling up into that list as well. All right. Kickers. Oh, wait, touchdowns. You don't have to go through it. Logan Wilson of the Bengals has 3 defensive touchdowns, and there are 6 other people that had 2. All right, now on to the kickers. Through week 5, Mason Crosby was 10 of 11, followed by Dan Bailey and Tucker McCann, who are both 8 of 8. And I'm sure the Bengals are up there now since they had 5 in the last game, but extra points. Graham Gano of the Giants was 26 of 26, followed by Chandler Catanzaro and Greg Zerline, who were both 25 of 25. And we got to talk about the punters. Not many real good stats for them, so we'll look at touchbacks. Brett Kern of the Titans, Logan Cook of the Jags, and Jake Bailey of the Pats all had one touchback. Now for the exciting ones, the long plays. The longest punt is Brett Kern of the Titans at 59 yards. The longest field goal is Joey Sly of the Panthers with 60. The longest interception, thanks to me, Jair Alexander of the Packers, 108 yards. The longest rush so far, Jaron Grant of the Bucks with 85 yards. The longest pass is Taysom Hill to Michael Thomas for 89 yards. The longest kick return, the first one, also me, Jamal Agnew of the Lions, and Antonio Callaway of the Chargers, which I had nothing to do with. Both of those were 105 yards. And the longest punt return so far is John Ross III of the Bengals with 36 yards.
All right. Those stats.
Those are the stats for week 5.
Send the Ravens the invite.
He needs.
Thanks, Mike.
No, I put it in the chat.
Okay. Will do. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that, dude.
Yep.
All right. We're covering weeks 3 through 6. Can somebody bring that up and let's check out some highlight games. Put in chat. Okay. Yeah, I think I have this email on there. Actually, Hosea, can you? Well, never mind. You did it already. Any games stand out to y'all in week 3? Don't speak
Denver,
Minnesota,
Ravens.
Cleveland. Like Minnesota won 31.
Yeah, that is the first game, 31-28.
Yeah, Billups could wait to say that.
First time I put out.
You like he asked.
Right, whatever.
You want to give us some insight on what happened in that game, Deal?
It's
No,
a
I
close
don't.
game.
I'm busy right now. I'm trying to get somebody in here.
Okay.
What game was that again?
Minnesota versus Cleveland.
Hey, Bill, why don't you cover from since you're the other owner of the Browns?
That's a good one.
Oh, by the way, those are the hands that are playing my game.
No, I don't. No, great game. That was my second game that I lost by 3 points, last second field goal. First game I lost to the Chargers first week. Last second field goal, then I lost to the Vikings last second field goal. He played great. He's back. Well, let me take that back. Well, we'll see. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, he played a great game. Great game. I think that's probably like his second time beating. Yep.
Well, definitely was a good game.
Yep, that's all I got.
Only other game I see that stands out, because this week kind of everybody who won you kind of thought was going to win. Green Bay over Seattle. We didn't really know how Seattle played. It was a mystery game. That was 45-21. Green Bay over Seattle.
Ravens Broncos.
Denver Baltimore was a big game as well.
Yeah. I was trying to leave that to last, but Denver takes an L to the Ravens. Is Lord King joined? Has he joined yet?
I sent the invite, and also Sean, if you're watching, I'm about to send you an invite too.
Okay. I remember watching this game. This was bunch of lead changes in this game. I had no idea who was going to win this game.
He's joining right now, fellas.
There's anything you can do, I can do better. No, you can't. Yes, I can.
Oh,
Yes,
man,
I
there you go.
can.
Drew Lock, 3 picks. Lamar Jackson, 2 picks. This was the Broncos-Ravens game was just amazing. Is that you, Lord King?
Yes, sir.
Your timing couldn't be any more perfect. It's good to finally meet you behind, man. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, bro.
Why don't you give us some insight on this game against the Broncos, Baltimore hosting the Broncos? Well, how'd you feel during that game?
That game to me more was it was like a revenge game. Like, of course, I lost in the playoffs, so I felt like coming into the season, I seen him on the schedule. I was like, okay, I gotta win that one. It was a very hard game. He played great. We edged out the victory.
What do you think that was the key to your win? Because you guys both were turning the ball over.
I feel like Lamar, he made some timely throws. It wasn't really nothing spectacular, but it was the times that he did make a good throw. They were very game changing.
Well, there were 4 really good ones to Marquise Brown for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, there's that.
Actually, there were post routes.
What he do sometimes.
And
at least one was
last
a
year's
corner,
rush leader, J.K. Dobbins,
Yes.
28 rushes. Man, you were giving him the pill, man, leaning on him for 144 yards. He didn't score, but
We needed
definitely
him.
moved the ball. You know what I mean?
We needed him for that game. He didn't do much in the playoffs, so we had to try to make up for that in this game.
Hey, Eric, what's up, brother?
How you doing, bro?
Doing well, man. Hey, tell everybody that we don't rap with you on the headphones and everything. It's your first time on the show, I believe, man. Go ahead and tell the league a little bit about yourself, man. A little background, how long you been in the league, man. You've been handling your business, I can tell you, in the AFC North for a while, man.
But before he does, we got all of the AFC North up in here.
Yes, sir. We rap.
Yeah, we do. That's right. Yes, we do.
I've been in FNG since the beginning of Madden 20. My cousin knows Tranks and Sydney. He got me in the league, and
Adams.
this is honestly the first league I ever like. Madden. And I didn't really know how to like feel about it, but then when I got in, I actually lost my first game in the league, and I was like, okay, now I gotta step it up. Like this is.
Do you remember who your first loss was?
Oh yeah, Reggie.
Okay.
And then after that, I think that was me and Sydney's first season, I believe.
Okay.
I had a bad start to that season. I think I started like 5-4. Somehow ended up meeting Sydney in the AFC Championship and lost.
Oof! Wow.
Sorry.
It'd be like that.
Sometimes it be like that.
Your catchphrase. So you've been in the Super Bowl before, right?
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
You, Sean, second, Bill.
It was a great experience, but we ain't finished the job, so it wasn't really nothing to remember.
Well, just for the people that haven't been in the league to know how hard it is to even make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, God. That in itself, it feels like a reward because the comp in this league is way higher than many people could think. Like people think that people play Madden and they just think, oh, I could play anybody. No, hop in this league, bro. I guarantee you don't make the playoffs.
The best in my block. I beat everybody.
I guarantee you. Right.
We got top-notch players in here, and it's real.
Yeah. People are surprised that even though there are a lot of rules, people are surprised at the competition, how good people scout people prepare, look at the stats. It's pretty good. So we run off season, trades, everything.
It's great all experience.
Say it again.
It's a great all-around experience. The league, very amazing.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm sure you enjoyed the experience. You held Drew Lock to 312 yards, 3 touchdowns, and you got 3 picks, which I think were really important in that win against him. And your number 1 ranking in the top 10. I don't know if you noticed that. We just got done the top 10. So I figured I'd let you know. But yeah, excellent job, Lord King.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Big ups to you, man. Like I said, you've been handling your business for a long time, man. Like I said, even for the fast start off this year, you've already beat a lot of real good teams already, man. So
thank you,
sir.
I wish I could say continued success, man, but I need you to choke a couple times. So I can get
I'm not gonna say it.
None of us want you to keep winning.
Heck no.
None of us in this middle line down here want you to keep
Bro,
winning.
No.
all three of y'all to end my season.
No. You come in my division. I've been owning my division since 2015.
I don't believe Billups
man.
believes that. I
It's
believe
over.
Billups owns your division.
At
least two of those teams.
Tiger out, right? I can
He
kick
owns
Tiger
two
out.
of those teams.
I've been in this division longer than anybody else. I own the division. I'm just leasing the top to y'all.
Mike, go like this. Go like that. All right, what we got next? Oh no, so we also on the show. I don't think
He
it's
just
his first
left.
time.
Look like he just
in there.
left. Is he in
still
there?
there.
No, yeah, he's still there.
Muted.
You there,
Sean,
Sean?
Sound
you
like he
there?
was trying to find a microphone.
All right, we'll wait till you come back. But
Yeah,
yeah, he's on.
Only other game this week while we wait for Sean to get back.
There he
There
is.
he is.
There
There
he
he
is.
Is he here?
I had
Yep.
technical difficulties. I had some new gear I had to put on. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Why
whatever.
don't you take that trash hat somewhere?
Man, you should talk to the new owner of the 49ers that way, Tony. Come on. You should talk to the new owner of the 49ers
your
that
quarterback's
way.
a choke artist.
Look at all my children.
I'm sure you're celebrating that win. That was a really, really good win by Aaron Rodgers over the Green Bay, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah. It was a good win this weekend for him. We haven't gone over that game yet. Week three. Right now, the last game of week 3 we go over is Monday night game. Cardinals at Bears. This was a shocker. I expected the Bears to win. Was rooting for the Bears to win this game. I did not expect the Bears to perform this well. It was 42-7 at half. And then the Cardinals second game, it was a massacre. I think the Bears gave up 1 touchdown in the second and 1 touchdown in the fourth, and he just tried to get out of there with no injuries. It was Kyle Murray 5 picks, 91 yards, not rushing, passing. I'm sorry. Naeem Hines, 56 yards on 16 carries, no touchdowns. Kyler Murray 3 on 45 carries. The Cardinals were completely shut down. That was a surprise, especially with A-Train getting 22 and 140 on 3 touchdowns. The Bears did really well. Let's not forget the perfect quarterback rating by Trubisky. So all in all, Isaiah, great game.
Bites were amazing.
Hey, I'm gonna put you on mute, Billups. His background.
Some of those audio bites from that game were amazing too.
Yeah, he was Cole was going through it in that game. But yeah, I was rooting for him to win and kind of expected the Bears to win because they've beaten them before pretty handily, but I did not expect this at all. So we're going to go over to week 4.
Yes,
Anybody see anything in week 4 worth talking about?
No,
That
we
doesn't
got
have nothing to-
Since we got Sean on, why don't you go ahead and talk about Aaron Rodgers going against those 49ers, man?
Is that this
we'll
week?
talk about that when we skip.
Is that this week? Why don't you tell us what happened there, Sean? We had a real intense battle over these last couple of Maddens.
Real intense audio feedback too.
I finally was able to stop his running back, which I wanted him to throw the ball with Garoppolo. Finally got a chance to get that done. He started chucking it, and we did what we did. And I shouldn't have had no interceptions. Let me break that play down for you. It was a broken sack, which I'm used to the animation after you break a sack, I always get hit again. You never get out of it. I got out of it. So I started running. And then I seen the guy standing on the sideline open. I said, well, shit, I would throw it. Somehow they led the ball to the end zone. And his guy just sitting there waiting for it. So that they gave him a pick. It's all good, you know. I'm just happy for victory.
Or we took it.
I'm going to say, I watched this game. I think them giving him that pick kind of made up for the 6 picks that hit his linebackers in the hands and then dropped to the ground.
That was on the first quarter, and there's only 2. I was counting.
We weren't talking about them, Mike. We weren't talking about them. We were talking about the one they gave to him. We ain't talking about the ones they kept.
Right. I ain't got to do with that. Yeah.
Well, I think it says something. I guess how good most of it is. If on 19 carries with 128 and a touchdown, that's shutting them down. So, and it was an important win for you because it keeps you undefeated, which was big. Why don't you give how important was this game for you coming in? Had you ever beaten me before?
I'm not for sure with the other Maddens, but the past 2 seasons, no. And those games, even if the score was close, they didn't seem very competitive. By like the second half, you was able to always pull away from me. You either beat my head in or you got me in the last 2 quarters.
I remember one of our games. One was close. I probably beat you by maybe 5 points.
Playoff game where I missed a field goal to win, and it went to overtime afterwards.
Yeah.
That was actually my
5.6 points. Yeah.
That should have been the first victory, but we ain't gonna talk about that one no more.
Well, how does Billis say if it was the 5th, you'll all be drunk, right? But hey, excellent game. It was a frustrating game for me. It was almost as frustrating as the Packers game, just to give you feedback from the other side. And I really had a difficult time passing and running. So yeah, you definitely did what you had to do on defense. Keep up the good work until we meet in the playoffs.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations, Sean, as well. And I'll tell you just like real talk, like you beat up on a lot of teams, right? And generally when I see your games, it's like, you beat a lot of those teams you probably should beat, and then the games are a lot closer or go against you when it comes to some of those topper teams in the league. But you already got some really, really good, solid wins already start the season, man. So I don't know if you change your game in any way or if you just, you just handle your business. But like wins thus far this season over the Bears, who you beat before, you split the 49ers and the Browns already this season. Like great job, man. Great start to the FNG season.
I've been lathing defense instead of offense, and that's been working. So
okay.
Yeah, great job, man. Keep it up, man. We'll talk about our game in a minute.
Yes, we will.
Sound like you don't want to talk about it.
Hey, would you just shut up?
Such a little kid.
All right, hey.
He can shut up and we can talk about the Cincinnati Bengals.
No, not
trip
yet.
Trip to the Browns. No,
not yet. I want to get the game out. Giants versus the Chiefs.
Well,
Giants beat the Chiefs 35-28.
Let's talk about Tiger.
Hopefully I play solid right now, guys. I got a game coming up, so y'all talk about me. I'll feel better.
This dude, man.
Nah, man. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work, man. Nah, man. Nah. You do too much talking with all that losing. You gonna tell us what happened in this game?
And he's down, man. Perfect. Ending the story.
You always been that easy. Like if you on my schedule, I know I got a W. Right now, we can't say that.
I'm glad you can. Look. I told y'all at the beginning of the season. This season was about making Billups respect me. That's it.
You say that every season. What is different? What is different this season, Tiger? You say that every season. Oh, this is going to be season.
I tried to tell you. You have to go backwards. You can't go to the new stuff. You got to go to the old stuff and find out what's going on. I mean, you can't go back to.
Not the Breeze.
Do y'all know what this is like? You have to go back to the old school. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, you had to keep it simple.
That's good stuff.
Keep it simple. I've been trying to keep it simple and stay within the wheel well. Try to keep my running back healthy, which has been a big deal about in the past. And try to get Danny Dimes to play clean. And somehow I've been able to do that for a couple games. So
sounds like something you've been told a lot before.
Right, but I'm hard-headed. I tell y'all that I'm hard-headed.
Sounds like you've been told you've been hard-headed a lot before too.
Hey, Debo, you got something on your cheek, by the way. So,
asshole.
So the reality is that I've just been not making as many mistakes as I historically make and trying to play closer to 4 quarters of good football. If I can get 3.5, I'm usually feeling pretty good. So.
Keep up the good work, man. All right, next game.
Bengals at Cleveland.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about that one.
27-30. I'm sure one of you two has a good perspective on this game.
There's a last-second field goal.
Yep.
Why is it always a last-second field goal?
Hey,
The AFC game's tough.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
Billups, you want to go ahead?
I mean, the winner tell the story. I mean, that's how it works in history, man.
I ain't gonna dwell on it long, but I tried. I think I'm looking at it. Oh, I'm looking at the bingo stat.
Put your glasses on.
Shut up. I tried to run the ball a little bit more in this game, which I did. Chubbs had 16 carries for 143 yards rushing. I think Billups has always known me as passing, and I could tell that he was in the pass defense, and I was like, well, let me run this ball. So I try to give the game up, but yeah, it's always
I can teach you how to do that.
Right. Billups and I, we always play tough games, though. I mean, if you look at this game we played, I was up by 1 point at halftime. We didn't score in the third quarter, and then he scored 14 in the fourth. I scored 16. We always play tough games, and it's always either within a touchdown or a field goal. So, yeah, it's always a good game playing him.
If you look at the stats, I mean, it's almost neck and neck. I mean, obviously the score tells the same story. I did change my defense up because I saw Dillard putting up like 300 yards receiving and passing OBJ against everybody. And I told myself I wasn't going to give OBJ the opportunity to get no big stats. So I went, pass defense majority of that game and gave the run with the thought that no way he's going to just keep taking it. Even though I was giving it to him, I was like, he's going to go to OBJ at some point. And for the most part, he didn't. And when he did, I was able to stop it. But he did. When he gets to the red zone, OBJ is really, really hard to stop. So he got touchdown.
Especially with that haul route.
And that
it wasn't the haul route. It was not the haul route. It was a little slight streak.
He made the plays when he had to. I think what changed the game is that I think I was up, or he might have been up one, or I was up one, and I had a late fumble. I had a chance to kind of have a long drive in the fourth quarter and try to go up in that game. And he sacked my quarterback and got a defensive touchdown. I did come back and score after that, but that kind of changed momentum up a little bit where it gave control back to him versus me driving and trying to get that last second field goal or touchdown. I had to score to tie the ball game, and it gave him a chance to score, and then that's what happened. So, like you said, all of our games are usually pretty close. Maybe one or two games has been blowout in our history of playing each other, but for the most part, they come down to that last drive, and like I said, he had a good in this game.
Yes, sir. Always fun playing you, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, sounds like a great game.
Yes, sir.
Another game on the schedule that was kind of a shocker because of the role they've been on. The Rams beating the Vikings. That was unexpected because the Rams kind of been on a little bit of downside, and the Vikings have been on a roll. You know what I mean? Knocking off a lot of teams, and this loss, it's being an NFC loss, was surprising to everyone. Good win by the Rams. Just I was expecting the Vikings to win that one.
Yeah. And it's still two owners that they're watching. I like both of those owners on the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I know Flash would be on. I didn't even think to invite him to tonight because we kind of rescheduled. We usually have our show on Sunday, but yeah, I don't see why not for Gelatinous Cube to not get on.
Yeah.
So Kyle, if you can, get on next Sunday or 2 Sundays from now.
Yeah. I mean, really it came down to everyone's saying the Rams, they usually have one of the more prolific passing attacks, and they still do. Don't necessarily have their talent, or at least their speed at receivers they normally do, but they got it off this game. I think Miller had 10 catches for 172 yards. Cup, who's a good receiver, but not normally the type of receiver that the Rams run with. He had a big game, 163 yards. And then Donaldson had 105 yards. So he had 3 receivers with 100+ yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow!
And
wow!
No turnovers. So I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat him at any point when he throws up numbers like that. So
true.
That really was the game. He's going to give you opportunities because he passes so much. But when he doesn't turn the ball over, man, it's a tough out.
Yeah, and he kept cooking Chuck too.
Man, that's
Yeah.
yards.
98 overall running back. Yeah, he shut down Cook. I mean, that should have been way more. So he definitely shut him down. 15 carries.
Dang.
Yeah, he got up early on that game. He was up, 2-3 scores in the first half. So, a lot of owners, there's still plenty of time left, but a lot of owners stopped running the ball when they're down 2 or 3 scores. So I think that had a lot to do with it as well. He was playing catch up, but no, great job by Waleed for sure. Big win.
And moving right along, we probably have the ultimate game of the week. The Ravens travel to LA to play the LA Chargers.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys talk about that? We got both the owners on here.
When I gotta talk about it. I was going to win, but
Lamar had something to say about that.
He did.
Oh, you got shut out in the fourth quarter too.
Lamar and Hollywood, they must have had a conversation with each other and just said, "Bro, we're not losing." Lamar made some, crucial throws. 2 of them, I think, when he was about to get sacked, he launched it. They went for touchdowns and really kept us in this game and eventually won it.
But what was your game plan going into the game?
Apparently, not that any passing yards, because we only had 55 yards passing.
Right. I'm about to say, man, you know how to pass the ball?
Y'all didn't ask me what was my game plan.
55 yards. Hey, if y'all want to beat the Chargers, make him pass. Good
look at the rushing yards, though.
I see. That's what I'm saying. If you stop the rush, he can't win.
Bull crap.
He said bull crap.
Bull crap. You watched the game. You saw what happened. Y'all know I'm a runner, so I'm just saying. My game plan coming into there, I wanted to go ahead and give him the short routes and stop the run. That's what I wanted to do. It worked out somewhat. He still scored. And I wanted to go ahead and establish, the run game and, try to play pretty much solid defense. And it worked out a little bit. Then Madden started saying, "You're doing too much," and they gave him a lot of stuff. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Balaj fumble was big.
That was a big fumble, yeah.
Shout out to Dorian for giving me Keanu.
Yeah.
Hey, no shout out.
Because it was a fumble. It was a fumble inside the 5. He was in scoring territory.
It was a fumble on the 1.
The 1?
That's inside the 5.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I watched that
forget
game.
Saying inside the 5. It was literally on the
screw
1.
That. Madden gave that game up. I'm sorry. You did not win that game. They gave that game to you. They gave that to the Ravens.
He
gave that game to the Ravens.
Did give him some stuff.
I'm sorry, I'm late to it.
We asked him what happened. You want to talk? What happened? What happened? Tell us. Tell us why you mad, son. Tell us why you mad.
I'm just saying, hey, bad. Like he said it.
Because you had the game. You were in the end zone.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he just got hit, and the ball's right there on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, it was Keanu Neal, man. He's a hard hitter.
Then you had the ball.
He wasn't in the end zone.
Your wide receiver was wide open.
If you go
and
back,
you threw the ball to wide receiver.
He was open twice, and Herbert just said, "I don't like that."
Well, but I feel Herbert though. You only threw the ball 7 times.
You know who was wide open? Dorsett and Brown. They both had like 7-yard touchdowns, man.
Who the hell was Dorsett?
Philip Dorsett.
I ain't know Philip Dorsett.
He played for the Ravens, 4 catches, 107.
Try to get him to throw to a whole other state.
That's who was wide open.
You talking about Rashad Perryman?
No, he's talking about Philip Dorsett and Marquise Brown. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about the Ravens.
That's who picked it off. Oh, yeah. He get a middle finger then. Get him.
Yeah. If he wasn't.
That was a very good game, man. It was a lot of mishaps that happened. Well, a few mishaps. I'm not gonna say a lot. We both played, tough. That was the hardest game I played, honestly, this season so far. I don't know what happened with that Denver game, but yeah, that game right there, that was a tough game. I enjoyed it, and it kind of made me feel like I'm getting back to an elite status. Hopefully I'm there. This game gonna be a tester, so we're gonna see.
Good question, Harris. You rushed the ball 45 times for well over 300 yards. Did you come into this with the scheme of I'm going to run as much as possible and throw as little as possible?
Yeah.
Is that a lack of faith in Herbert or just game
No,
plan?
that was just really my game plan, and I'm trying to establish the run, with a 3-headed monster right now, and it seems like those guys are doing pretty well. So yeah, we're going to run with these 3 guys instead of the single guy like I used to do with Melvin. But yeah, we're going to go this route and see what happens. Hopefully, open up the pass game.
It was a wonderful game.
It was a very good game. Very good game.
It was a pleasure to watch that game.
All right.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
fellas.
that's really it.
Yeah, week 5.
Let's see. Surprising win, Tampa Bay over Carolina. Actually, there's two wins in a row right there. Let's see.
Falcons destroying the Bears.
Oh man,
They beat them last year, though,
Destroying
too.
the Patriots.
Yeah.
Nah. Falcons 38. Hosting the Bears. I was not rooting for anybody in this game. I have never seen the Bears look this bad ever. His defense is always good. He's always a great competitor. But man, Mr. Trubisky could not stop throwing picks in this game. It was like he was not trying to win.
The same score for them when they played the Bengals.
man, that was. Whew. Trubisky took that money. He said, "I ain't got to play no more."
That 5 must have been
Closer to that score tells you though. I mean, at one point it was 14-7 late in the third, and then it's just like all hell broke loose.
He kept throwing the ball away every time he would stop him.
8 turnovers. God, dog.
Every time he would stop him, he would throw the ball or fumble it. I'm serious, bro. It was amazing. This is one of those games you just throw the tape away because the other team was just better that day. It just was a shocker. It was just a shocker watching that game because they are definitely better than that.
A game I was going to bring up: Seahawks over the Rams. Seahawks won 48-36.
Go ahead and say your line, dude.
What's my line?
He can't
The one you said about being the first. He's like, he's beating people. Who is this guy?
Oh yeah. hey, I said that about you last year.
I know.
like I said before, though, like real talk, like the Rams want to give you chances, and they did the exact same thing did the game before when they had a big win, but they had to have 5 interceptions. So I mean, they're gonna keep passing the ball, they're gonna make big plays, but stick with it. You force some turnovers, they're gonna lose. So
definitely.
That really was the game right there. It was just a 5 pick.
Yep. All right, moving right along. Also, Giants over the Eagles, 38-20.
Damn.
I know Tiger. I think he's playing this game.
Yep.
Yeah. Playing against
let's move
Panthers.
on to the Packers and the Browns, since the both owners are in the podcast.
You winner talk that shit.
Like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, whatever. I know. I'm gonna say this.
What was frustrating about that game?
Sean, he shut down my offense, my passing game.
Not hard to do.
Quick update: Giants are up 7-0.
I put Jair on Odell Beckham.
Yeah,
that was it.
No. Let's talk about this game. All right. Yo, boy, what's his name? Your wide receiver?
Devontae Adams.
That bastard. If y'all watched that game, the first half, I had this dude.
He was snatching.
Covered. Every play, he was covered. And he was catching everything. He didn't drop nothing.
Tell him why you mad, son.
It was
check it out.
You see a play where my defender's on his back, and he still caught the ball.
Was that greedy?
Yes.
I was afraid of their speed. I can't get away from him, so I was just chucking it up there, and he was snatching.
He wasn't that greedy. I made you want hungry that game.
Man, I just knew in the first quarter, I was like, I'm going to lose this.
Ward was getting beat like a drum.
Check it out.
Denzel
Before
Ward
the
was getting beat
game,
like a drum.
Yep.
it was one of those games where he came complaining, talking about he ain't getting enough attention. Throw me the ball and everything else. And they gave him a little morale boost. So I had to feed him. That's why I was forcing it to him. He showed up too. Yeah, that was nice.
No, you dominated that game, man. Excellent game.
Aaron Rodgers was perfect. 158.3 quarterback rating, 424 yards, 4 touchdowns.
And nobody
asked you, Trank.
Fifth round picks for him. Lord have mercy. That's what I'm starting.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield had 3 interceptions.
Yeah, that definitely didn't help things either. And your run game was a little limited too. So
why didn't you rely on that run game this one, Deal?
Oh no,
he had it. I don't
know. I should have stuck with it. That was my fault.
Yeah.
But great game, man. Great game. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else, y'all?
Gotta get a run game, dude.
Yeah, whatever.
You're one-dimensional.
Hey, Dill, you trying to trade Chubb again?
You said what?
You want to trade Chubb again?
Oh, man.
Hey, Lord King, I'm gonna beat yo. I still gotta play you twice. Yeah. It's on. I'm saving my best for that.
I'm looking forward.
So it's early in the season. We only got about 5 weeks completed. What do you guys think some of the surprises are? On both ends of the spectrum, teams that are surprised you with the wins.
Tiger, the Giants.
Tiger. He leading right now. That's a surprise too.
The one that always get the top 3 picks in the draft.
That Tiger.
Eagles record surprise.
Right now, there's a trade on the table. There's a trade on the table. DeAndre Hopkins potentially going to the Bears. And when I look at how he's been performing, in his last game this week against me, he had 2 catches for 18 yards.
Look at Sean's face.
I'm hurt.
I'm not worried about it.
Devontae and D-Hop on the field. Ooh, that's gonna be a good game. Good times.
Don't get me started on trade committee approving and declining stuff.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Well, the point of bringing it up is just I expected Cole to do a whole lot better this season. And he's like 3 and whoa, that's all right. He was like 3-3. He's 3-3 now, and trading away DeAndre Hopkins, I don't think that's going to help his offense. I'm happy he's leaving. I'm happy he's leaving. But just
2 of his 3 wins are against the computer, I think, also. So
yeah.
He's not really having his stellar season. And NFC West is not as wild as it used to be.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't the NFC
definitely
best no more.
Luckily, the season's more than 6 weeks long, so we'll see how we finish. But yeah, it wasn't looking. So that's a surprise. One of my surprises, the Cardinals being 3-3 at this point.
Yeah, I think on one spectrum you have, like I said, we went to the top 10. Obviously the Giants, but the Bills, the Vikings, all surprising teams. Again, we're 5 weeks in, so some of those, it may be total contrast on the back end of the schedule, but definitely surprising start. And then I'm definitely surprised by the Cardinals, the Bears schedule. I mean, it's a tough schedule, but they're 1-3, so that's kind of surprising as well on the other end. So,
but we've seen the Bears turn it around. So that
I got the same schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough schedule though. So I mean, you got at some point you got to be able to beat those teams that are traditionally playoff teams as well. I think that the Washington football team being 0-5 also is pretty surprising.
Yeah,
it probably does a little bit better in the league and especially in his division. So
the Bears should have got a quarterback or a wide receiver instead of a running back, but top 5th pick. That's all I got to say about that. I was happy.
I wasn't. He picked right before me.
Oh, yeah. He already had a good running game. I don't know, That's my opinion.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
It's a good pickup. Just never know. But like you said, he's had slow starts before, and then he's gone on 12-game winning streaks in the season. So you never know. Lucky for him, a lot of teams are losing still. It's a lot of 500 teams, 3-2 teams. So he's not out of it yet. So
very true.
All right, week 6, y'all.
Well, we're on bye, so it won't be a Niners game in here.
Bengals,
We had the Lions.
Bengals beating the Lions 71-10.
Oof.
Oof.
Big ass bully.
Man, the Bengals are still scoring against the Lions right now. They haven't stopped. Still scoring.
Right.
He did it to himself.
Yeah.
You watched that game? You watched that game, Sean?
No, but I know he was talking smack. So when that exchange they had online, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, in the middle of my most trade post, I put most of it up for trade, and they talking about that game. And he walked into that buzzsaw.
It was like 45-3. I said, oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the last post he made was like it was pretty close at the end there, and I'm like, no.
The end of the first 2 minutes.
Pretty close to what?
Pretty close to manslaughter.
Yeah,
I
right.
was watching the one of the playoff games. We were playing our game, so I had like my split screen on my TV, and I'm like not really engaged, didn't really scout at all. In the first quarter, I think it was 7-0. I think I turned the ball over once, and I was like, I'm about to mess around and lose. I was already drinking. And then I just turned the game off and was like, fuck it, my focus. And then I
the drunken man
kept going.
Jeez,
it could have been a lot worse than that because I could have scored about 7 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
I'm sure you could have.
After picking field goals, but yeah, it got crazy. But
hey, you played while you was drinking? Damn. You need to do that in the playoffs, Billups.
No.
Playoffs? Get them dubs. Get a dub, then. Let me stop. I'm being devil's advocate right now.
We got the Ravens beating the Vikings. Another loss for Minnesota when they had a chance to kind of prove themselves. Lord King, you there? Can you tell us about this game?
It was in the first half. It was actually a very close game. He was shutting me down. I couldn't really do nothing. I had all field goals. And third quarter, we took off and we just held
21. Was it a bunch of picks?
Nope. It was just we played defense, made them punt, and we just took advantage of our opportunities. And we held for the rest of the game.
Okay, well. Of course, you're going on to be defeated, so that's undefeated. So that's no surprise there. Just expected them to perform a little bit better than they did. Anything else stand out this week, guys?
Man, it was a close win. Looks like Green Bay beat the those Rams as well by touchdown. So,
yeah, what happened there, Sean? Anything?
Yeah, he can pass. You know, it's he takes what you give him, and I was playing too much zone. I ain't play man. The strength of my DBs is man. It was the dumb game plan. So he was dotting me up pretty good. You know, and he ran the ball when I didn't want him to. It's just annoying. He runs enough just to piss you off. You know. It was, but he did a good job. I didn't win that game until the fourth quarter. What Billups was saying, it was tight. I scored. He had to take more chances. He threw a pick with like a few minutes left, and that was all she wrote. I ran the clock out.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Just a couple shout outs. Raiders over the Colts, 35-28. Titans lost to Houston Texans. It's 27-20.
Big divisional game there.
Yep. All right. Then just looking at week 7. Yeah. Any games stand out to y'all like to see?
Is that Bills Jazz game still going on right now?
No, Jags finished that one. I think they won it.
Yeah, the Jags beat the Bills on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
49ers and Seahawks played.
49ers Seahawks again. Another opportunity to see if the Seahawks are for real or not.
Yep. Ravens versus the Chiefs.
Chiefs Ravens. Quite high scoring game potentially in that. Yeah, those are the games that stand out the most to me.
Hey, we're gonna see if the Bears are really on a bad slide or not, too.
Hey, kick them right down, man.
Well, they played the Steelers that week.
Yep.
Oh, Eagles and football team play. Man, get a name. Good Lord.
Yeah.
I hate that owner so bad.
Let them go ahead and be great, man.
The real life owner, right?
Yeah, the real life, of course. I get why they changed the name, but they're just being jerks. So we're gonna call ourselves a football team. Whatever. All right. Go. We're well over an hour, guys. Anything we need to talk about before this podcast show is over?
Update your league settings, guys, man. Ready up.
Please.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Service announcement.
Hey, can you show us how to do that, Hosian?
Oh,
It's for everybody that does not know that you can update your settings so it is automatically done after your game.
Because I mean,
It doesn't.
not that we post anything about it every season or nothing like that.
Go over the settings.
Nah. Start at the beginning. Tell them turn the game on. Turn your Xbox on first.
Oh, shut up.
Go over the options. Go to settings. You go to team settings. Oh no, I'm sorry, not team settings.
League settings.
League settings. And then you head on down.
The next group.
To user team help. All the way down. Yeah, all the way down to user team help. Yeah, right there at the bottom. League advancement. Set it to auto.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
right there. You click at the auto. Every time you finish your game, it will ready you up automatically. The only time it doesn't is when you're on
a
bye week. Then you have to manually do it.
Yep.
And we understand that people forget that.
Matter of fact, you probably need to clip this video and put it in the page because maybe pictures don't work for some people.
Right. So I mean, it's important. Yeah, that's really all you can really say about that because you can do everything you can do not being ready when you click ready. Yep. Outside of playing your game, that's it.
You can still scout. You can still practice.
Yeah. Upgrade your players, edit people, do everything.
You can still change the color of the shoes and gloves, and steel, all that shit I do. Just ready up.
God damn it.
It's ready up.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Anything else, fellas?
Yes, sir. I'd like everybody to take a second to just say a prayer for Mr. Bullock and the death in the family, and just everybody keep his family in their prayers and on their minds. That's it.
Will do. Thank you.
Will do.
Absolutely.
As always, please be safe. I know Hosian said they out snowing bad out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, be safe out there, man.
Hey,
and, go ahead.
Keep it because I don't want to come into Oklahoma.
Right. Yeah, we got that icy rain out here.
Yeah.
It just started snowing out here too.
Oh damn.
Hey, Hosian, you're the host. I think you're gonna have to end it.
All right, y'all be safe out there, fellas.
Yes, brother.
Give it to you, bro. You got it.
Take care.
Oh, thanks, Hosian.
Trying to make sure I don't
always mess up. So wait a minute.
Last time you took
and
us
we
all
still alive too.
I know
you gave it to Eric. You didn't give it to Dill.
You give it to me. You give it to Eric.
Man,
first,
you got one
first
job.
time on a podcast, you give him the damn.
Hey, you running the podcast? You can turn it
I
off.
know.
I had it on there.
Yeah. Last week was like the end of Dill's game when he loses.
This is the end of the show. You know what? This is the end of the show. Blue was right here.
1 second left, done.